Hello, everyone. Welcome to our today's session. My name is Orwa Joseph, a trainer with Africa 118 for Google Digital Skills Program. Wherever you are joining us, please feel free to invite some of your friends. Let them know that we are live and our session has started. Together with me is my colleague Noel, who will be our moderator in our today's session, just to ensure we get the very best out of this particular session. Remember, our main agenda of discussion will be use data and insight to help your business grow. So as we kick it off to proceed with our session, please, we have broken our session into three segments. So you will be able to identify and understand the right questions to ask when you want to collect data and be able to pick the right question to ask your customers. They provide you with the relevant feedback and use the same to be able to grow your business. Again, you will also be able to identify the best tools to use to gain analytics and insights. Again, in our last segment, we'll be having a discussion on how you can understand and analyze your data set. So let's take a minute to familiarize ourselves with the tools that we are going to use today during this particular webinar. Just below this screen, if you're using your mobile device, there is a place written top chat. At that particular place, you will be able to chat with us, ask questions, and interact with us. So ensure that you are able to use the tool. If actually you have not logged into your device, it could be a challenge. So use your email to log into your YouTube channel so that you'll be able to enjoy the full functionality of the chat box. So the place where you can type for the particular this for this particular session, that place that you're able to chat, we will call it chat box. Yeah, let's give it a name, chat box. So there is the place where we will be having a conversation, and it is a place where you will be able to ask questions, a place from where you will be able to share your thoughts, and also we will be sharing great resources towards the end of this webinar so that you can proceed your learning online, and therefore stay in touch, be with us even as we get it into our first agenda, in which we are going to understand the right question to ask. So wherever you are, feel free to introduce yourself with the chat box. Let us know where you are joining us from and some of your expectations from today's session. Great. So let's proceed and look at our next segment of discussion. Let's proceed and look at our next segment of discussion. Great. So in our first segment of discussion, we are going to have a look at what words would you use to describe your customers. To get us started, how can you describe your customers? You know your customers? Yes. If you know them, how can you describe these customers? How can you describe your customer? A word, two words? Let me know how you can describe your customer. Feel free to share with us at the chat box, and I will be waiting for your feedback. How would you, which word will you use to describe your customer? Waiting for your answers. Great, we are back. So, which word will you use to describe your customer? And given a moment, given a time, given a chance, that and privilege to have a description of your customer. How can you describe your customer? Feel free to share with us at the chat box. Let's know how you will be able to describe your customers, given chance and time, so that we understand. Oh, customers are different. My customers are different from your customers. How to describe them could vary from how you will be able to describe these people. So let us know, which word can you use to describe your customers? Great. My customers, if I'm given a chance for my hand to describe my customers, they are bargaining. That's one of them. And two, most of them are young people. So they are bargaining young people, right? So that is my description for my customer. Question to you, which word could you use to describe your customers? Tell me, which word can you use to describe your customers? All right? So mine, young and bargaining. So they're young people and they are bargaining. Right? Young people and bargaining. Yours, customers, feel free to share with us at the chat box. Let's get to know how to describe your customer. Mine are young people and bargaining. So let's proceed into our first agenda of discussion. We're going to look at understand the right questions to ask, right? Be able to understand the right question to ask. Why is this important? It is important because you want to get some information from your clients, from your customers, and use the same information to help you grow your business. So, what questions do you want to ask your customers? So, if actually you have a product with you, you have your target audience or customers, you want to connect with your customer. So before like you start selling, you could be having MVP, minimum viable product. So viable product is a piloting kind of a product that you want to reach out to your customers and sell it. So before you do sell it, you want to get some answers and feedbacks from your customer about that particular product. So what comes to your mind, the first thing, how do you get that feedback? Now, from what you want to get from your customers will determine the kind of question you should ask, right? So what questions do you want to ask customers? Let us take you through this particular process of analytics, yeah? We can break this process down into 4 steps for us. The first thing, identify your objectives. Why is this one important? We will have a discussion into details on why you should identify your objectives. And number 2, you need to look at the questions you want to ask your customer. What kind of questions you want to ask your customers, all right? Or which areas you need to address. Once you identify your objectives, then which areas you want to address in order for you to achieve your objectives. And then where to get that particular information from. Honestly, it will be from your customer, but what will be the mode of getting that particular information? Which media will you use as a business person to get that information from your customer? It is very important to know which media. How are you going to get that information from your customer? And then, number 4, what do you do with that particular information? So let's walk you through this particular journey. And then, what is your objectives? So objectives varies from one business to another, from one time to the other time. A business could have objectives that are only achieved in the first quarter of the year, and those objectives might much vary and change in the next quarter. So here are some examples of objectives we can use. Tell more people about my business, sell more of my product or service, or identify my most valuable customers, or find new ways to engage with previous customers. So with this in mind, you look at this that, for example, from objective one in our list, tell more people about my business, it will be different with find new ways to engage with your previous customers. So objective 1 and 4, we put them in comparison or we subject them to comparison. They will have different questions to be asked. For example, if you want to tell more people about your business, it could be which examples of questions that you could ask. Have you ever known that setup connection exists in maybe Ethiopia? Have you ever used our product? Did you know that we have introduced another product? And it will be different from find new ways to engage with your previous customers. This will be, did you enjoy our product? These are people that actually have visited your particular store and used your service or product. So you will be like getting a way to engage with them. So objectives is the first case. What do you want to achieve? And then we move to what the questions that you need actually to address. So here at this particular stage, you need to use RAIN to construct the types of questions you will need to ask about your business. So RAIN is an acronym for reach, engage, activate, and nurture. So who is your target audience and how do you reach them online? Are they finding what you need? Are they booking? Are they coming back for having visited your store or actually experienced the feeling of your product? So will help you to actually understand what kind of question that you need to ask these people. Because if you want to reach new audience, engagement and question will be different. And if you want to activate, meaning activation here refers to reaching out to a new market or introducing a new product or introducing a new channel of communication and you want to try it out, all right? So always use RAIN to help you understand the right question to ask. The questions to engage will be different with the question to nurture. And the question to reach a new audience will be different from the question for you to activate part of business or a business process that that is new from any other process that you have been using, right? So that is the right question. The next thing now, where do you get that particular information, right? Where do you get that particular information from? So when it comes to this particular stage, you need to ask yourselves, I know where my customers are or possibly where they are. So where do you get that particular information from? This one will tend to the tools and you want to use to get those particular analytics and where does that tool come from and is it accessible to your target audience or people you tend to reach out, right? So getting the right information is very important. We will be looking at these tools in more details in the later section, but to provide quick overview of how they help business gain insight, we need to give you some highlight on here. Like the first tool could be social media, right? So social media channels is also a good tool for you to get some valuable information, insights that can help you grow your business, all right? So you can see which content users engage with, measure views, like follows, shares, among others. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram have strong reporting features, and you can use this to get valuable insight. What else? Another tool is organic search. So this one identify what customers are looking for and align your business with their particular searches. All right. So this is a way. If you have a website, for example, or you have Google My Business, you will be looking at how did people find you, how did they like interact with your website or your profile, which phrases did they use while searching for you. So if you find that there is a pattern in the phrases that this particular target audience are using to find you online, then you will have to realign your content marketing strategy to adapt to the searches that these people are making to find you, right? So another thing is your website. So if you have your website, you can identify which page have the most views and which causes users to disengage or bounce off, right? Then we have paid search. With the paid search, this one is a tool in which you actually promote your online profile or presence or your website. You promote it so that it can reach more people. So when you do this, you are able to look at how customers are connecting with you and how you need to like connect with them. All right, you getting that? Great people. So that is how these tools can help you. So the next stage, we're going to look at what to do with the information that you have, what you need to do with the information that you will be having, right? So when having received the information, the question will be, I have the data, I have the insight, what can how, how is that information important to you, and how can you use that particular information to get some meaningful insight that can make you make some good business decision? All right. So we will be taking an example of how to use your insight. Okay. So here are some of the ways insight and data can be used. All right. The first one, identify market trends. How? So with the insight, you will be able to identify what is on the rise, as is trending, what is declining. So once you are able to learn that, you'll be able to quickly fix issues with your business if you know when to stock what and when to prioritize which particular product in your business you need to prioritize, right? And then you will be able to ascertain your user experience to better understanding their paths to purchase. What do we mean by this? From the insight, you will be able to understand the journey of your potential customers, how they visit your website, what they do when they're there, if they come to your website and they read about you, or they come and read about maybe a particular, take some time through your product page, or when they come, they go to your blog section to read about what the blogs that you have written. So with the insight, you understand that journey, and once you understand that particular journey and you hit it, you will be able to see where you can intersect and meet with these customers, interest them with your product, and they become your customers, right? And then you can identify what content users like to influence your content marketing plan. Just as I just mentioned, with the insight, you could be able to find out which content interacts with your audience. Could be a text, or is image, or is a video kind of content. So when you learn of this, you will be able to redesign your content marketing plan to meet these users' behavior, right? And then you can leverage insight to shape your overall strategy. So once you get the insight, you can sit down, and from the insight, you can rebuild and reconstruct a new way of meeting your client. For now, let's have a pause before we move into our next segment to take some of our questions that we have so that we may proceed. All right, let's check if you have any questions coming. We have Abel from Addis Ababa. Abel Teddy, how are you, sir? It's great to have you today. How is Addis Ababa in Ethiopia? How are things moving on there? Feel free to let us know. And if you have any question, please feel free to let us know. All right? Feel free to ask any question. Let me check if a question is coming forth. Let's check if the question is any question is coming forth. All right, there's no any other question coming forth. But feel free to share with us if there is any question that coming forth. We'll be much glad to have a look at it and be able to address them. Good. So we have no much questions coming. Let's proceed with our conversation and proceed with our conversation, in which now we are moving to our next segment. Identify the tools. Identify the best tool to use. Identifying the best tool to use. All right. So at this particular time, we want to look at yes, you have your customer, you have your product. So which tool can you use to connect with them? So before we proceed, maybe I have a question for you. Which analytics tools do you currently use? Which analytics tools do you currently use? Feel free to drop your thoughts and answers at the chat box. Which analytics tools do you currently use? And I will be much glad to address them. Which analytic tools do you currently use? All right. So let's, as we wait for your answers to come forth, let's proceed and look at some of the analytic tools that you can actually use. All right. We have several tools that you can use at our disposal. So online platforms offer great features to get information about your customers. We have social media. So we have Twitter, Facebook, and Hootsuite that always provide you with the tools to be able to collect data and insight for your customers. Then we have some other tools, organic search. This is cool, include Google Search Console, Google My Business, among other tools. And we have your own website, so you can install Google Analytics to our website and be able to track the activities that are ongoing in your website. And then we have paid search, and in paid search we are talking about Google Ads. Yeah. So with paid search we have Google Ads. So with paid search, when you actually promote your website, and from the promotion you can have a look at how people interacted with your ad, and then use that particular insight to grow your business. So these are some of the tools that actually you can use. All right. So let's have a look at our social medias we mentioned, and here we have Facebook for an example. So Facebook Page Insight can help you find out what people are engaging with your Facebook page and how they are finding you. So you can measure activities, page views, likes, reach, page engagement, followers, and also you can adjust even the time for reporting so that you get to understand at between a particular period of time what happened, what did people do on your site, what did people do with your Facebook page. Okay, so maybe between a month ago or 3 months ago, a week ago, so you can actually adjust that particular time to be able to get the information you want in the period of time that you are interested to investigate. All right, great. So apart from social media, we have just mentioned Facebook. So here is also Google Search Console. So Search Console tools and reports helps you to measure your site search traffic and performance, fix issues, and make your site perform well in Google search result. So you will be able to see which queries bring users to your site, analyze your site's impressions, clicks, and position on Google search. Sorry. So you'll be able to submit sitemaps and individual URL for crawling, review your index coverage to make sure that Google has the freshest view of your website. So what do we mean by submitting your sitemaps? So when you open your website, the website always have pages, and these pages meaning there is home page, and a home page we have maybe some other links like about us, our history, meet our team. Then we have services, maybe if you have categorized your services, maybe you have product and you have categorized them. So if it's products, maybe imported, locally made, or maybe assembled locally, things like that. So if you go to Google Console, you will be submitting the structure of your website and those particular URL, and that one gives Google the fresh view of your website. So this one need to update it as frequent as you update your website, because when you update your website, it always have a new look and the new items can be introduced, right? So when you submit your sitemap and individual URL, it helps Google to be able to crawl. Crawling is be able to understand your website and know what is where, right? And then you can also set email alerts so that you receive email alerts when Google identify issues on your site. See which URLs are affected by the issue and tell Google when you have fixed them. All right. So if you want to learn more about Google Console, we will be sharing a link with you at the chat box for you to be able to have a look at them, so you can learn more there on Google Search Console, so that just you get to learn more. I can see Naol is there greeting us. Hi Naol, how is Ethiopia doing? Right, so we have AFR Digital Network. Hello Pro, I'm here. Great to have you as Fao Mamo. You're wonderful people. Thanks for joining. Great. So let's proceed with our conversation in understanding the right tools to use. So we are giving you the highlight of this so that you'll be able to pick a tool that can work for you. All right. So that you pick a tool that can work for you. So let's look. The next tool that you can use is Google My Business. All right. So you can use Google My Business as a tool to manage your online presence across Google Search and Google Maps. And you can also create listing which customers can use to engage with your business, market your customers, and increase your visibility. And also with Google My Business, you can leverage insight to find out how many people views your listing, and you can also have a look at how and where customer did find your listing, the action customer take on your listing, and you can also have other interactions customer have with your Google My Business. So when we talk about Google My Business, in our other webinars, we'll be ideally talking about how to set this Google My Business app and be able to run it and manage it. But Google My Business is a very good tool. It's a free tool actually. There is a process in which you can set it up, and also it's a process that can help you. So if you want to try out on Google My Business to have it, you can visit the URL we are going to share with you shortly at the chat box and be able to set up your Google My Business. So that is where you can learn on how to set it up, but we will have a deeper discussion on that in other webinars. So we invite you to come next time when we will be having that particular conversation. Great. So Google My Business is giving you more than just a listing when you have it online, and you can use that particular insight to grow your business. All right. Great. So another thing is Google Trends. So Google Trend is Trends search feature that shows the popularity of such terms in Google. So you can view whether a trend is on the rise or declining, right? I don't know what is trending today. I just don't know. But if you want to know, you can use Google Trends to understand what is trending in Ethiopia, for example, in a particular industry. So Google Trends provide access to a largely unfiltered sample of actual search requests made to Google. It is anonymized. No one is personally identified with that particular searches, and also categorized to determine the topic of such query, and aggregated, or in other words, they are grouped together. So this allows us to display interest in a particular topic from around the globe or down to a city level geography. Right? So Google Trends data reflect searches people make on Google every day, but it can also reflect irregular searches. Okay, when people do searches, there's some searches that could be like due to spamming. So Google Trends is able to filter out those searches that could be as a result of spamming, and that tool is there to give you the real data that you will actually need to use. All right, it's just for you to protect you and protect the information and give you an information that is reliable and can help you grow your business. Great. So if there is anything trending in Ethiopia, let me know. But I think we should visit Google Trend, and I'm going to visit it in after our next slide. I will be on Google Trend so that we can have a look at what is going on today in Ethiopia or in Africa, but we can also check maybe globally, right? So with Google Trends, you can rise above the competition. So you can use Google Trends to find relevant trending topics. Doing this helps you see clearly whether the search volume is increasing or declining. This also allows you to see seasonal trends in one clear-cut shot, monitor competitors, and identify steady keywords for search engine optimization. For example, if you find there is a particular term in a particular industry that is being used over time and is stable, you can actually use that particular word as a keyword doing your search engine optimization. And then you can find topics by region, target customer at local or regional or even global scale. All right, so you feel like we need to visit Google Trends? Yes, we need to actually visit Google Trends and see what's going on with Google Trends. Let's see if you could identify some of the trending issues today. I don't know what is trending in where you are, but let's just have a look and feel of how this platform looks like. And at your free time, I believe you could take your free time and be able to explore some of the stories, some of the things that are going on within your market. Yeah, so let's us have a feeling to share my screen with you so that we have some. Let me just share my screen with you so that you see how Google Trends will look like. Right. So typically this is how Google Trends will look like, and I want to see something which is trending in Ethiopia, for example. I'm joining ourselves from Tanzania by default. It picked Tanzania, so that one helps you, but you can always pick what you want to get. So where is Ethiopia, by the way? Ethiopia is here. So you can enter topic or term I want to search. Which topic or term? Somebody to help me. Okay, hotels. So let's look hotels. Right. So let's choose hotels and try to search hotels in Ethiopia. So this is how the term hotel has been used over time in Ethiopia in the past 12 months. So let's look maybe in the past 7 days, the search volumes for hotels, right? Okay, what happened in this particular day? What happened? 18th. This was yesterday at around 8 a.m. A lot of people were searching about hotels in Ethiopia. Let me know what always happens on Fridays. What happens on Fridays in Ethiopia? Because yesterday it was Friday and a lot of people are searching the term hotels over there. I don't know why, but you can let me know what happens on Fridays. It could be, this was also Friday, it could be June 16th, no, that wasn't. 15th also, a lot of people are searching at around 9 a.m. Wow, why? You can look at this. The word hotels in the last 7 days, it has been on iSearch, on trend, like around this was 9 a.m. and this was also on the next day at around 9 a.m. All right, people are searching for hotels. Let's look here. It was on June. This was also 9 a.m. And this one, June 17th, 7 p.m. And this one was around 4 a.m. in the morning. What was happening? 18th, 4 a.m. in the morning, people searching for hotels in Ethiopia. And then there is 9 a.m. So you will find that at around 9 a.m. in the morning, in the last past 7 days, a lot of people were searching for hotels. So when you get to know this, this is a scenario in which you can use it on the go. Like every day, people are searching for hotels. So if you are doing a social media campaign, for example, and you are having an hotel, the best time for you to do the posting could be around 8, so that by 9 there, when people start searching, this ad, they meet the ad with them, right? You knock them, you intersect them, you have them get your hotel already there. So you look at how you can use Google Trends, then you can explore more topics based on what exactly is going on, and also be able to share and use that particular information to realign your marketing campaign, right? So let's get back to our content, having gone through Google Trends and looked at how Google Trends can help you. So, just as we mentioned, you can find relevant trending topics, monitor competitors, get keywords for your search engine optimization, and promote around seasonal trends. Like just from where we have looked at the Google Trends, we realized that people are searching for this particular, the word hotel was being searched so much in the past 7 days at around 9 to 10 a.m. So that is a good time for you. Maybe if you are carrying out a campaign, that is the good time for you to let it go out. Yeah, let your campaign go out and meet your desired, let's say, desired our target audience, right? Then, as we mentioned also, you can always find topics by region, and find stories, and find what's going on, right? So, and find what's happening in any other market. So, with doing that, you can able to build your business and align it with what is going on. Great. So, let's proceed and look at Google Analytics, right? So Google Analytics give you complete information, right? Give you a complete information, and you are able to understand your site and app users to better check the performance of your marketing, content, product, and more. So you can get Google Trends could give you insight that you can only have from Google. You can access Google's unique insight and machine learning capabilities to make the most of your data. So with Google Trends, you can connect with your insight to result. What do we mean connecting your insight to result? For example, you carried out a campaign and Google Analytics showed that most people were interacting with your website in March, maybe mid-March. So in mid-March, people interacted with your website. A lot of people visited your website, product page, there were reviews. You can take that particular insight and come back to a business. What actually happened on your business physically? Did you have people visiting? Did you have calls? Did you have people buying? Did you have people like checking in? So you can always use Google Trends, Google Analytics, sorry, to connect those particular insights to the result of what is happening in your business. We're going to take a deep look at different features and ways we can use analytics in the next few slides. But first, let us step over to pick some questions that are coming from us. All right, people. So do you have any questions coming forth? Great. Okay, there's no question coming forth, but I can see great chats going on with Naole Desa, ensuring that we get the very best and moderating our session. I can see Abel Dagin from North Oromia. How are you, Abel? Welcome to our session. Feel free to share our thoughts with us. Feel free to invite some of your team members to come and join us in our today's session so that we get to learn more. Oh, great. So let's have a look at our next segment, jump into our next segment. Now you want to your understand and analyze your data. How to understand and analyze your data. Great. So let's start with Google Analytics dashboard. So with Google Analytics dashboard, you will be able to get quite information about your business and based on the interaction that people have with it. First one is geographical location. You'll be able to see the people who are interacting with your business comes from which location. Then you will be able to look at your popularity over time. You'll be able to also see active users, visits, and also you can how did you inquire? Sorry, how did you acquire, not inquire, how did you acquire those particular visitors who have been engaging with your website? So this is a great tool. You know where people are connecting and connecting with your business from. So you know, okay, majority of people are coming from a particular town, or majority of people are coming from a particular continent. Look at your popularity over time. Are you declining or you are on the rise? You can look at the active users. The active users like the people that are actively visiting your website or you are using your app, visits, and how you acquire those particular users. Let's jump into more of this. So, do you have Google Analytics? Do you have Google Analytics account? It's easy to set up. So, moderator will be sharing a link with you there, but you can always visit google.com/analytics to create an account. If you have created an account, then what you need to do, you just log in. Then name your account. It is important if you have multiple accounts, so name your account and then choose industry category to help you when you benchmark against others who have targeted the same industry. For example, you could be in boutique and other people are also in the same industry. You could be in maybe tourism, all right? You could be in agribusiness. So if you pick an industry, that one will help you to benchmark. Look at how other agribusinesses are performing. That one will help you then. This is actually anonymous, but at aggregated level, it gives you an idea of what your bounce rate is against others. All right, so if you want to learn more about Google Analytics and you want to know how to set it up and have an account and interact with it, you can always visit our greater learning platform and learn more Google Analytics. So it is free online. It's a free course. We have just shared a link with you at the chat box. So if you want to learn more on how you set up your account, please visit that link and get to learn. And if you get something challenging in our next lessons, you could be able to connect with us and allow us to learn together with you. All right. So let's now move forward and look at how you can find your tracking code. So once you have created your Google Analytics and signed in and logged into your particular account, what you need to do, find your tracking code. The tracking code for Google Analytics is always it starts with UA, then dash, there's some figures, some letters, numbers written there. For example, this one is 5451692, and then there is -1. That is a typical look of Google Analytics tracking code. So that particular tracking code, you can take it and put it into your website, and then have that tracking code analyzing the activities on your website, right? So the question will be, okay, you have created the account, you have the tracking code, yes, I have the website. How do I put it there? How do I put it there? So when you are using website builders or blog, there may be a simple fix where you can just add the Google tracking code. And I want to show you something website builders. One of website builders that is commonly used, and I will show you where actually you can put your Google tracking code. It's easy. It's quite an easy step that you can use, and I will be showing you somewhere exactly that that tracking code has been placed, and you will be able to look at how you can put it if you are actually using a web builder. If you're using a web builder, so let me open one of the sites here, and to show you how this happens. I'm trying to will be pulling it up in a little more of time. Great, I have it here. Great, and custom domains, general domains. Right. So let me just show you. I want just to show you where you can put your tracking code. Are you ready for this? It's easy. So once you pick once you pick what your tracking code and you have it with you, so you can always come to your website builder and add it. So this is an example of a website, and it has a place where you can put your tracking code. So you come here, you look at this place, there is Google Analytics. So you pick here the analytics that you want to use. It is Google, then you place it here, Analytics ID. So you just have to pick that particular analytics and you have it there, and you are done. And actually you are done. So that is where exactly you need to insert your website Google Analytics code. And if you are not using the website builder, then what you need to do, you can take that particular code and give it to your website, somebody building your website, and there is a place you can add it at a meta tag area, in which every page, you can put it in every page, or you can put it in a particular page that you want. For example, you want those particular you want to track the activity of that particular website. So if maybe you want only to track the activity on your product page, you can go ahead and do that. But if you want to track activity that takes place in the whole of your website, then you put it to track the activities that is going on in the whole of your website. I was trying to get for us one of the sites that has a tracking code. Let me check if I can have an example of a site that actually have that particular tracking code inserted. Let's have a look at this and see it's changing. Optimization. Great, like this one. You can look at this one. This has an Google Universal Analytics, and it is here. You can see. So this is the tracking code picked from Google Analytics account, and it has been embedded here. So this particular site is always tracked from the Google Analytics account, and you will be able to see the activities of this particular website. So that's all simple. Create an account, pick the Google Analytics code, and have it into your website, and you are done. You are ready. Great. So let's proceed with our conversation and back to our main content slides, and let's proceed. Great. So that is where you have your Google Analytics. So when you look at your analytics account, Google Analytics account, this is the kind of interface that you will be having. Yeah, and from this interface, there are four main features that you need to familiarize yourself with. So all Google Analytics reports are grouped into four main areas to help you answer those questions that we mentioned before. Do you remember the question we mentioned? It was your audience, where are they? How did you acquire them? What did they do? Their behavior. What did they do actually? And then we look at conversion. Did they do a meaningful activity that you tend to track? So with this particular Google Analytics reporting nature, you'll be able to know who are your audience, how did they find you? That is acquisition. Was it from direct searches? Was it from referral websites? Was it from a social media campaign that you did? You will be able to actually get how did they find you? And then what they do when they are in your website. Do they come to your website, only spend time on your homepage, or they go to contact, or they try to buy some product from your website? It could be you have an e-commerce, for example. Yeah? So that is the behavior. And you will also be able to look at the conversion. Did they complete a meaningful action for your business that you can count as a conversion? So conversion to work, goal have to be set up to track specific actions. Once you have mastered the basic, this is really worth doing. So Google will then use that data and show you a series of reports that are coming from those particular activities. Great. So let's look at the data in Google Analytics. So in Google Analytics, data has been placed in two categories, dimension and matrix. So in dimension, we are referring to the channels used to find you. It could be referral website, like I mentioned. It could be from maybe a social media campaign. People followed you maybe from WhatsApp, or people like you shared a link on your WhatsApp, or you shared your link on Telegram, and people actually came to visit your website from that particular link. So you will be getting the channels. And then the metrics. The metrics is the number of users as per the channel. So we will be having new users, recurring users, and also sessions, right? So when we say new users, these are the unique people that are coming to visit your website. And when we mention recurring, these are people that have been oftenly coming to our website. And when we mention session, session is a complete visit to your website. For example, I can come to a website at 9 a.m. in the morning, take 30 minutes and leave your website. That is a session. So when I come back to your website after maybe a period of 30 minutes or an hour, when I come back to your website, that is a new session initiated. So a session is a complete visit to a particular online profile, all right? So when you visit our website, there is temporarily a visitor's account created for you. So when you go away, that session is discarded. When you come back, a new session is initiated. Have you ever logged in into any system, online system, and they tell you your session expired, you need to log in again? Now you understand if you have ever experienced that. Meaning, there was a complete visit, you took time, went away. When you come back, you need to log in. For websites, because they are public, this is always done as visitor session. All right. Great. So let's proceed and look at how you can use RIN and tips to practice. All right. So RIN concept can really help you know the right question and know what to do with what information. For example, reach is for you to know how people are finding you online. You want to reach new audience, right? Identify which search terms are driving organic traffic to your website. So when you use reach, that is your main goal is to get new customers coming to your website. So the ring will help you here. I want new customers. I want to reach new markets. I want to develop relationships. I want to develop referral with other websites. So the RIN concept and RE stand for reach will help you come up with ways and questions to address that. And maybe if you want to engage, so you will be able to have a look at what are people engaging with when they find you online. Learn which pages are not getting any views. Discover what is really engaging to your visitors. For example, you could discover that you lose a lot of people at the payment page. There might be a need for you to simplify that particular page. Have you ever went online, found a good product, and you feel like ordering it, but when you check out, you find somebody wants your first name, second name, your location, your third name, your phone number, your email address. How did you hear about us? And those fields are mandatory. And then how did you hear about us? Okay, are you able to refer us to other customers? Where else can we, how else can we connect with you? It is a whole interview process. People will run away. So you will be able to learn when you use the engage. And to activate is what channels is driving the most to your bookings. So, for example, if you have a website and from the analytics you could learn, okay, majority of people who booked my hotel came from referrals. Okay, they came from social media platform. So when you find out that majority of them came from a particular angle, a particular region, then you will be able to redesign your marketing processes to target those particular regions. You can even reach out to referral website. For example, if most majority of your people are coming to your website having gone and visited a blog, a particular blog, yeah? So you can create relationships with those particular blogs so that they do more of advertising you, right? So you can, the in nature, we have also aspect of nature. So when we talk about nurturing, here we are referring to a condition in which the customers that have used your product are people that have tested what you offer, and you want to develop a relationship with them, build them, and let them come back to your business. So Insight can help you do this because you will be able to see that a particular number of customers did buy from me in the month of May last year or in the month of July last year. So could last year July be as this year July? Yeah, it could be the same. Maybe that it was an event that is being repeated, a repeat event. So you need to engage and build these people. Hey, you were in our business last year, a month like this. Are you intending to come back? We have great offers for you. So that is engage. Did you pick that one? So you can reuse the word ring to be able to come up with modalities of reaching your customer, engaging them, activate and nurture them. Great. Let's proceed to our next steps and look at how now we want to look at Google Trends. So we had done a practical on how Google Trends looks like, and therefore now this one, when we mention this one, makes you understand. So with Google Trends, the trending searches page shows the trending searches around the world. You can click on a story to get more context, like the most relevant articles on trending queries. So just as we did do that practical and we used hotels, the word hotel in Ethiopia, we could see how many people are searching for that particular, using that word to search uh, in the past 7 days, and we realized it was mostly used around 9 and 10 a.m. So with Google Trends, you can have a look at daily search trends, real-time search trends, among others. So this information can help you redesign and make good business decisions. So with Google Trends, you can promote your business around those particular search seasonals. So seasonal trends allows your business to stay relevant and competitive. Throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips that will impact your revenue. For example, here, Anika might use Google Trends to identify seasonal trends in types of clothing, create content about current trends, and adjust to demand. Women jacket, for example, you can use to see a rise or the need in winter months, low in summer, and adjust with the demand. So you can be able to use Google Trends to promote your business with seasonal trends. Great. So uh, uh, Google Trends shows what searches and keywords are trending. So you can use the trending queries actions to identify other potential keywords and tags, name your product categories according to popular keywords, optimize your posts according to trending keywords. For example, Anika looks for blouses. Here are some relevant key searches for him to use in that. It could be Victoria, Victoria era. It could be brown, that is for color, camouflage as a topic, boho chic as a topic, range as a theme. All right. So you look at using the rising. This is how Google Trends can help you as a business person. All right. Great. So, good people. Before we end it up, let's see if you have some questions that are coming forward. Be able to address them. All right. I can see. Oh, great conversation is going on, and everyone is sharing great resources with us. Thanks, you guys. Now, today was only a beginning, for example. My question for you, are you next? Are you going to set up your business goals and write them down? Are you going to come out and find channels in which you can communicate with your customers? Are you going to collect data, analyze it, and come back to your business and redesign your marketing strategy based on those particular data and insight that you receive from your customers? I don't know what we're going to do next, but you can learn more on this particular topic and many other topics that are available on our learning platform, and our moderators shared this link with you at the chat box. So please visit that particular link and learn more. And today, to take it to another level, hey, we are so much social. In the chat box, we have shared with you our social media platforms. And we call upon you, if there is anything that you have learned today, follow us on our social media. And please, as you put that which you have learned, add the hashtag Grow with Google. Let's connect there. Let's share there. Let's ask questions and interact there. But again, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that when we come live, we will be able to connect with you. And just as a reminder, at exactly 12 p.m., we will be back here sharing with you on how to create a digital marketing strategy. Are you ready for that particular time? Yes, let's meet then when we will be sharing on how to create a digital marketing strategy, and we have shared with you at the chat box the YouTube link. So until we meet then, I just want to take this particular time to say thank you so much for joining. I was your lead trainer, Orwa Joseph, joining us from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, assisted by my able colleague, Naole Desa, from the land of Ethiopia, a land that was never colonized. I want to say thank you and have a productive weekend until we meet again.